Welcome back into the show. This is closing time. Luck, fate, destiny, these terms have been used plenty to describe Auburn's 2013 football team, and now those same terms are rearing their heads again to describe the 2014 Tigers, and honestly, the storyline is becoming a little bit played out. Has Auburn encountered some close games? You bet. Have there been some truly wild endings? Absolutely. But instead of throwing out luck as the reason Auburn won, dig deeper. Auburn led Georgia by 20 points with 12 minutes left last season before completing a Hail Mary touchdown to end up winning the game. Maybe Ricardo Lewis' catch was lucky. Maybe Georgia was lucky they weren't beaten by 3 touchdowns. Auburn and Alabama were tied before Chris Davis' touchdown return. If Davis doesn't make it to the end zone, does Auburn lose? No. They go to overtime where Auburn could still have won the game. On Saturday, Auburn committed an uncharacteristic 13 penalties and threw an interception at the Ole Miss 20-yard line. Were they lucky to win because of Bo Wallace's and Laquan Treadwell's fumbles at the end? Or was that a heads-up play by Derek Moncrief and a hustle play by Chris Frost that should be remembered as determined plays, not lucky ones? Maybe Ole Miss is lucky Auburn committed 145 yards in penalties and didn't score more than 35 points. The point is this. Calling a program that's 9-1 in one-score games under Malzahn lucky doesn't make a lot of sense. One play, one game, maybe, but 9 wins and 10 chances when the game is on the line isn't luck. It's a habit of finding a way to win.
2 consecutive weeks we've watched the Auburn secondary play poorly. Missed tackles, busted coverages, lack of communication, untimely penalties, explosive plays have all contributed to a loss of confidence in this group. The question I get asked most frequently is, how does that happen? The answer is complicated and it differs for each individual. I'll use Rudy Ford as an example. The first half of the season saw Rudy play stellar football, likely playing better than anyone defensively. He's new to the position, he's in battle in a lengthy fight to earn the starting spot, and is just cutting his teeth and learning how to prepare mentally and physically for the grind that is SEC football. He's undoubtedly tired, most certainly nicked up, and likely still trying to grasp the intricacies of the safety position. Keep in mind the level of competition and the environments he's played in have been at the pinnacle of college football. He's trying to balance that with schoolwork and what little personal life he has after that. There's no rest for the weary, as a poor week's practice could cost him the loss of playing time he's worked his tail off for. I think young guys still learning how to compete in this league tire as the season wears on. And what happens then? Well, you lose a step. You're out of position. Your technique suffers. Your tackling lacks authority. You garner penalties. So then what's the answer to a guy like Rudy Ford? The answer is this. You build depth. Early in the season, we played a ton of guys and we had better production. As the depth has faded, so have we. We need more depth in the secondary to finish this gauntlet.
You know, football is a game of emotions, and without emotions, it's not even fun to watch. We've seen in some years past, unfortunately, what unemotional football teams look like. But the emotions, as Rob just stated, the emotions wane when things start getting stale. You've been to practice so many times. You're not reinventing football out there. You're doing the same thing over and over again. At the same time, you've got the pileup of academics. You've got whatever family issues are always part of a young person's life. And so right now for this football team, I think we ought to take the lead from what we saw Gus do recently on his video. We got to find a way to make it fun. And Gus, maybe you need to bring that back. I mean, you know, I like your style a little bit, man. A little old-timey, but, you know, if they'll laugh at it, this is what I'd say down there on the plains. Don't leave the field without having some fun sometime. Let's keep this thing fresh. Let's keep the emotions in the game, and let's go play because we love just being at Auburn and being an Auburn Tiger.
Absolutely. How hilarious was that? That video.
I liked it.
Just blew up. Went all every Sports Center, things everywhere. Gus Malzahn dancing to MC Hammer.
But he's right. Keep making it fun, keeping it fresh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you talk
Don't
a lot
leave
about that
feeling
about
as somebody,
83.
there needs to be a jokester in the crowd or something.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to come out there
Yeah.
and do something every day, laugh a little.
Yeah. Well, somebody asked him about this. Said, could this be galvanizing? And I think it can.
Yeah.
I think it can. It's a chance to just relax. You know, it's beyond football.
If we knew we couldn't win, we'd have something to be worried about.
Yeah.
We don't need to be worried. We need to go play.
One of the more endearing moments for Gus Malzahn, I think there's no question about it. Thanks for joining us. This was Auburn Intel. We had a good time. We'll see you next time.
War Eagle.